Welcome to my top tips for Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. This video will be especially helpful for new players. I will only go over tips and ideas that would benefit a new player's ability to improve most effectively. Some of these may seem obvious, but there could be a piece of the puzzle you're missing, which could be holding you back. So let's find out if you have the whole set. Number 1. Expand. Get out of your base and stop being a turtle. Yes, it's less stressful because you have less to think about, but you're setting yourself up for failure. Sending engineers to grab reclaim and mass extractors will grow your income or production exponentially. Staying put makes it easy for your opponent because it makes you predictable, and that limits viable tactical options. You won't get a kill if you have a map of enemy units to fight through. I argue this is the concept new players have a difficult time grasping because everyone understands the importance of capping those money-making mexes. And yet, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how effective those investments are. But it's also more than that. Viable options are dependent on map control. The more options you have, the more difficult it is for your opponents to anticipate your tactics, because you have more wiggle room to play in. On your next game, try expanding. Not only will your income grow more rapidly, but you will feel like the aggressor, not the defender. Number 2. Reclaim. Don't ignore it. Whether it's the spoils of war, trees, or rocks, you have to reclaim. If you don't know how, patrol or give an attack move to an engineer. You can gain a distance advantage in your reclaim if you use an attack move from a factory. Reclaiming will boost the effectiveness of your plan. If you are trying to produce a lot of units, turn that reclaim into tanks. If you are trying to upgrade a mech, use it to speed up that upgrade. Note that single trees are not worth wasting an engineer's potential. Rather, use it to assist or expand. Tree clumps are worth reclaiming, especially if you're low on power, because they're worth 100 power and 10 mass per clump. You can increase the effectiveness of reclaiming by pairing it with that factory order I mentioned earlier. Number 3. How to use an experimental. Don't send an experimental as soon as you finish them. An experimental is a very powerful unit, and if you're a new player, completing an experimental is exciting, but fight the urge to use it right away. First, understand that they aren't invincible units. You need to scout and make sure you will either kill or damage their base enough to make it a viable move. A skilled opponent will see you build it, and they will prepare for it. Remember to weigh the potential of success with a failed push, as to not gift your opponent any mass. If you can't cripple or kill, don't send it. Use it defensively until you identify an opening, or recycle it for a more viable move. Remember that this is not a race, it's a battle, so think, don't sprint. Number 4. How to eco. This is the simple version, so in short, this is your mass bar. You can fill this by reclaiming or claiming mexes. This is your energy bar. Don't let it go empty, or units and base structures either won't work or work less efficiently. Take shields for example. No power, no shields. Upgrade all your T1 mexes to Tech 2 before surrounding them with mass storage. Only upgrade to Tech 3 when all your defendable Tech 2 mexes are capped with mass storage. Only cap T2 mexes early if you anticipate reclaimed mass to exceed your storage capacity. Don't upgrade multiple mexes if you don't have the eco or stored resource to support them. To make capping easier, select the mass storages and hit this button. This will make a template you can recall with a hotkey. You can view your hotkeys by hitting F1. Number 5. Units. Learn your faction's units. Do not neglect T1 units or air, as they can be used throughout the match. You can't defend without units, and you can't push without them. Don't get too caught up in the unit details. Yes, artillery has high DPS, but it is not worth it versus moving units, as they rarely hit a moving target. So prioritize tanks and pepper in artillery, anti-air, and other units of your choice. How much will depend on the situation. Number 6. Play ladder. Now I know it sounds daunting when it's just you versus one other person, because you have no one to lean on. But do as I do and treat ladder as a way to improve your skills. The faults you make are easier to identify because the variables are limited to you only. Ladder is a great place to identify problem areas, especially as a new player. Treat ladder as a competition once you have effectively grasped the game's basics. Keep in mind, until the algorithm learns your true skill, the first couple matches will pair you with players of variable skills. Don't let that deter you. Number 7. Intel. No scout, no win. If you don't know what your opponent is doing, you can't adjust effectively. For example, if you push your unupgraded commander and your opponent has a gun upgrade, you are at the disadvantage. But you could have reacted more effectively if you scouted, especially if he was in the act of upgrading. If you scout, you can act, which makes you the aggressor. If you're blind, you're reactive, which makes you the turtle. Don't be the turtle. Number 8. Calm down and zoom out. This game can be overwhelming. We've all been there. If you don't know what to do, zoom out. Take a deep breath and analyze the map. Ask yourself, what is the opponent's eco looking like? Does he have spots without any anti-air? If not, should I send drops or bombers? Do I even have air control? If I push here, do I win this area? Can I go around his firebase? Asking yourself these questions will become automatic after a few games. The important part is to relax and absorb the situation. The more stressed you are, the less you see. Number 9 and 10. The most important tip I can give you. So important it's worth 2. Stop caring about your rank. You are not MLG Pro. Let your skill reflect your rank. Enjoy the ride of the match, not the outcome. Losing is okay, and getting angry will cloud your ability to think clearly, which makes identifying weak points all the more difficult. Remember, ask for help if you need it. This game is run by a community of amazing people, so players will help you if you ask for it, whether it's in-game, in a video, or a forum. You are part of a community filled with willing and helpful players. Now, every one of these tips is matched with a very good video that digs deeper into the topic. You can find them numbered off in the description. They are a great resource to become a more effective player, so I highly recommend them. This should be enough to get you started, but the rest is up to you. Good luck and have fun. Enjoy the game, guys. I'll see you out there.